much for playing my game.
Hello, hello. How are we today? This evening, this afternoon, wherever we are in the world. It is Saturday for me, and it's raining. Big storm. Hello. We're here. And I got problems with my sprites, man. Like, I gotta like work on the workflow when it comes over from A Sprite, because this is what it looks like. SquarePeg makes games. Hello, welcome to the chat. I haven't seen that name in a bit. So here's the problem that I've been having with my sprite here, is that whenever I add a new sprite, so I wanted to do wall sliding, and so I made two poses for my little guy here. That is definitely not Mega Man. This is not Mega Man. I sort of have a problem because it's layered. I've got layers for the guns and all that kind of stuff. And it just puts everything out of whack and I have to redo the animations. So that's what we're doing right now. And then we're going to try to add the wall sliding. It's just a pain in the ass that it takes so long. It's actually worse than 3D. It's very annoying. And maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. That's a possibility too. I'm actually cheating. I've got this other open Godot thing so I can see the number of each frame. This is just another instance of Godot. So I can like figure out what frame is what now. Oh, where'd that go? I actually need that. Bring it back. Okay, so what are we doing here? Idle left. It don't look right, does it? Okay, I think the first one's okay because that didn't change, right? It's the arms that gets shifted around. Because I added 2 frames to the body, right? So this is what happens, is because it's layered like that, when I add 2 frames to the body, I'm adding actually 4 frames because it's in rows of 4, and everything gets shifted. So theoretically, I need to subtract 4 from everything, right? So this should be 84 now. It looks kind of right. This is the right arm. No, that's not right. It should be on the other side of the body. Okay, what are we doing? Idle. For the right arm. That is going to be frame 96. I have to add 4? That doesn't seem right. It just compounds, I guess. I don't know. Try not to think about it too much. That'll just be the next frame. 97. 98. Do I have the number pad? Yes, I do. Sweet. I'm slowly trying to migrate all my 3D assets from Fab over to Godot. That sounds like a very tedious job. Very tedious indeed. Sometimes it's just like that, eh? Okay, that seems correct. Left arm. How's the levels? They sound alright. Not too. The music's not too loud. Smidge. Let's bring it down a smidge. Okay. Yeah, left arm. Left arm for idle is 48. Yeah. Oh, you add 4. It probably depends on the frames. 49, 50, 51. Easy. And the head is not correct. Do I just add 4 to this as well? So that'd be 172. Nope, that is facing down. I believe I want 184. So that's changed quite a bit. 185. I hope this is right. 186. 187. Okay, that looks fine, I guess. I think it's my animation that's the problem, not the actual animation. So this is going to be correct. It's just the right arm that I have to start with. Makes sense. The body hasn't changed. I have the Unreal to Godot plugin. It could be worse. Okay, that's good. We roll. We roll. Sometimes you just gotta like bask in the tedium, you know? You can't get around it. If you want to make something, sometimes you have to wade through boring stuff to make it happen. Right arm. Is it 100? I guess it's 100. $101. $102. 103. I haven't even got my layering done correctly. And then the other arm. It'll be 4 over whatever we did last time, 52. Yep, that's a 4 increase. 53, 55, 54. I can't count either. 55. And then the head faces the other way. Looks like running 196, I guess. Seemed kind of low. 197. And then 198. Oh my god. And then 199. Okay, that's definitely not the correct animation. That looks like a running, so I guess it's 188. I was right to think that it didn't look quite right. $90, 191. Ooh, big thunder. I hope my power doesn't go out. I don't know. I think I got part way through this today. I was doing it this morning. I got kind of bored, to be honest. Okay, idle left. Oof. Gun, left arm, gun. Left arm, okay, there you go. Right, idle right, we got that. Jump left, okay, so the jumping animation is correct. It is just the arms that are looking funny. What a banger. Jump left, okay, so that's gonna be the arms again. Left is always first. That's running. That's running the other direction. Okay, it's 64. 64. Oh, this is the right arm. God damn it. Did left arm. Why are they back to front here? 64? 65? 66? 67. It's like you add 2 frames and then you have to spend like the next hour just correcting everything that got like pushed out of whack. It's almost like layering the sprite frames is no point. You know, I should just have like a separate animation for running with the gun rather than having a layer, because this just doesn't feel worth it. Like, I'd rather just spend the extra time drawing. Ridiculous. It's got to be a user error. This is my fault. I don't know what the correct answer is. 12. 13. 14. 15. Looks kind of right. And there's a head that looks up. You know what? Actually, I don't think it does. I haven't done that yet. Great. Just another thing to add. Need to add them to the bottom of the sprite sheet when I make new ones. I think that's just really how it has to go. I have to add everything to the bottom so that the new ones don't get put out of whack. There's not a good workflow for that. It's annoying. It's kind of like when I'm at work, I just, if I have new item lines, I'll just add them to the bottom I'll just add an entirely new list. It's really inefficient. Like, the data gets blown out of proportion, but at least I can find what I'm looking for. Just add everything again on top of what you already have for like the 2 new things that you added. So you have like a bloated sprite sheet, something like that. I think it's 192. Oh, actually, you know what? I reckon it's 200. Look at this. 202, 203. That looks right. I'm on the head, so I might as well start there. I said 200, it'll be the other one, 204. 205. 206. 207. This is music by Game Chops, by the way. I'm supposed to say that. So I'm not violating their agreement. Let's do the right arm next. $116. 117. 118. 119. And I've swapped them again. Such bad habit. 116. I don't think it really matters. But I want to keep it consistent so that the correct frames are on the correct thing, so that it does matter a lot, because the gun is only on the left arm. So it needs to, like, we're going to make the left arm disappear when we start shooting. So I think it would probably be a lot better to draw all the frames unless you have a separate gun state for the animation. Technically what I've got happening is that when you shoot, the gun shows up, kind of like Mega Man. This is not Mega Man. And then it just goes back to normal. So it's like a state that changes, and it can rotate depending on the direction that you're pressing. Yeah, I only have 5 frames. So it's like, it's not that bad to draw. I'm realizing that now. So like when I originally set out to do this, I was like, oh no, it should be layered. Because if you're like, if you have like a separate, if you're running, say for example, but you can aim your gun straight, 45 and up, there's like, it expands, right? So you got 4 by, you know, however many states that is. So that's 3 by, but there's like 4 cardinal directions. So that's 12 by 4. So you end up with like 60 plus frames for running, right? Like it gets quite consuming. But if you're layering that in A sprite, then I don't think it's too bad, right? Because it's just a matter of exporting the separate layers onto like separate sheets and then maybe bringing them all together. Something like that, I don't know. Or you could just duplicate the frames. But like, if you're layering it rather than redrawing it, but don't layer it in Godot, because it just doesn't feel right. This is not fun, you know? This feels like all sorts of wrong. Good idea, bad execution. I don't know. 117, 118. Reddit Planet, welcome to the chat, by the way. Is this 119? Yeah. Left arm. Let's just get this done and then we can focus on actually coding in the wall jump. Because I got some ideas for that. I've done wall jump a bunch of times, but I want to test out a few things. Now that I'm wiser. 68. 69. Nice. 70. 71. Yep, looks right. Run left, looks wrong. Okay, so let's start with the left arm since we're on that. This is 56. 7. 58. 59. Alright. And then right arm. Scroll down. .04, I think. Okay, it's starting to look better already. 105, 106, 107. I did that, and now it's just the head. What do we think it's going to be? 192? My money's on 192. Yeah, that looks right. 193. I think the head needs to be separate if I want it to look around. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. It's still very early days. I'm still just prototyping. We're on the head. .96, 197, 198. Drop in the stream just to listen to a middle-aged man count. 199. Okay. Yeah, this is why I hate animating. So much stuff you have to worry about for my own game, even though my character is not symmetrical. Just flip the sprite and hope no one notices. I did think about doing that. But it bothered me that the weapon changed hands. Well, it's kind of stupid. Even older games just do that. But I was like, nah, that's weird. I should just like draw it in. And here we are. Basking in the tedium. We are doing the right arm, which is 108, I believe. .109, 110. This is the kind of thing you need like alcohol for. It's just like, I don't drink, but like, I feel like this would be the time. I still remember back in the day at work, like, they used to do like, oh yeah, on Fridays, like, crack a cold one. This is Australia we're talking about, you know? Drinking at work. I worked for a hotel, so it was like always free, you know? And they just sort of went on an honor system, like you just have one, but like some people went crazy. We're like crunching numbers, you know? Just a regular Friday. Sometimes it can be beneficial. I think it's 64, right? That feels weird. That don't look right. 64, 65. Okay, what? I'm hitting the wrong keys. Oh, this is the jumping animation. That's why. I guess 60. Okay, yep, that does look right. What did I say? Yeah, okay, got that right. Jeez. Running the other direction. Okay, turn left. I've got 2 more to go, and then I just get. You see, I did something smarter for the wall slide. I was like, I'm just gonna do a pose. Like it's early days, just do a pose. Don't animate. You know, makes way more sense. Okay. So we're doing the right arm. I'm gonna do the left arm because that's what I've got on my other screen. I think it's 88. Wait, which way are we turning left? Which means we're facing right. So maybe it's 90? Yeah, it seems more accurate. 91. And then this. 138. That tracks. 139. Easy, easy, easy. And the head, I'm pretty sure, is just... it's doing nothing. 26? Yep. And this one is 227. Like, yeah, if I was going to do this again now, I'd just have one frame. I think the only one you can't really do that on is running. You can't have just a single frame for running because it's never going to look right. I suppose if you were really like into prototyping, you just wouldn't have a character that moves. But it looks cooler, you know? Where are we at? $224. $225. Left arm. Oh, look, we have a gun frame arm. That's not correct. Delete that. Left arm gun. Should be right arm and left arm. And this is the right arm. So 136, 137. And then left arm, 88 and 80. Sweet. Okay. New animation, finally. Wall slide. I guess I'll go with left. And we'll need one for the body. So we'll key in. What frame is it going to be? I believe it is a frame. So when we say left, I don't know, I can't really decide what I mean by left. Do I mean left from the viewer perspective or left from the character's perspective? I think left from the wall, right? Like if I think wall side left, the wall is on my left side. Maybe I'm wrong for that, because then technically the character's facing right. But I think that's just easier to understand. So we're going to go with 45 on the frame. Key that in, no reset, create. And the left arm? What's the left arm doing? I believe it's above the head. Let's look for that. 93? I don't know if that's correct. It could be 92. Whatever. Create. Whatever. Right arm. What is the right arm doing? 141. Yeah, there we go. Ah, yes, it is facing the wrong way. I think. Let's get the head in there. What's the head doing? I don't think it's doing anything. It's just facing 228. Okay, yeah, this is wrong. This is wrong on so many levels. I'll key it in anyway. So we've got a key at least. Okay. So does this need to be not that? Okay. So wall slide left. The wall is on the left side, so that's correct. This arm should be somewhere else. I don't know where. It's blank either side. You'd think 92. But if that's the case, why can't I see it? Oh, it's because the head is the wrong head. There we go. That looks right. Okay, so now we're wall sliding. Am I missing a pixel? I just noticed. Why is that? Where'd that pixel go? I hate that. It's a layering issue. It means I drew it on the wrong layer. So if I like make one of these disappear, the body specifically. Weird. I was expecting to find a black pixel behind that. It's not, and there's also space here. These are the right pixels? Where's A spread? That's what it's supposed to look like. Why doesn't it look like that? Why is it missing a pixel? Wait, it's the wrong body. It's the wrong facing. So when it's on the left, the bottom leg is lower. Not, this is around the wrong way. So this one is correct. No, incorrect. There we go. So, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because the hand is here and it's in line with the leg and you're sort of like against the wall. I make sense. I know what I'm doing. Duplicate. We'll slide right. And then just change these all by like 1 frame. One frame, okay. Awesome. We did it. We made it through. We can actually make the game now. Or we can make a little bit of the game. We can make more of the game. Let's just run it and see if everything runs like normal. We've got an enemy just attacking us. Okay, character looks great. Like, that's kind of exactly what I wanted. He runs, he looks normal when he jumps, and when he shoots, the weapon comes up and goes away. You know? Okay. Happy days. I already killed that one. There's another one over here that I got rid of by just shooting aimlessly. Okay. Easy. Okay, so now we want to do wall sliding and wall jumping. Because I like that stuff. You know? I also like dashing and all other cool movement mechanics that are definitely not present in Mega Man. This isn't... When I'm making that game, it's just a coincidence that it looks so similar. Okay. Oh, accidentally closed the music. Is it going to come back? Where'd it go? Well, the result does look pretty good. Yeah, thank you. Let's turn animation. Yeah, I just wanted to put something in. I think it needs a bit of a touch up because like it's too slow. It feels very slidey, but I did want to have like a turn animation because I want to like sort of study the way that the professionals do it. You know what I mean? What is like, I don't know if you've played Silk Song, you know, the new Hollow Knight. I better not put that on screen. Sprint turn animation, and you can spam it, and like Hornet just looks crazy. OP Tech. I don't know if I can find it. I'm not going to launch the game to show you.
We're the bank of paying your mate.
Oh my god, ads everywhere. Sorry, I peeked. Oh, whatever. I can't find it. She'd be right, mate. Close that. Sweet. Sweet as. Okay. Alright, so wall jump. We're doing wall jump. Pretty easy. We just add a new state. Now, here's the question. Actually, that's not how we do it. Add a node. And then call it wall slide. So in a lot of games that I've done this in the past, I've had two different states for depending on which way you're facing. But I think like with the way that I've set this up, I can know the input direction. So I know which way the character is facing. So I can just use that to determine which way to point the character, if that makes sense. And then like store that somewhere when we enter the state. Not in enemy data. Script. Player. States. Wall slide. Create. It inherits from... Is it on the ground or in the air? I suppose it's in air. Technically, even though you're on a wall. And so how do you get to this? You either get it from fall or jump. You have to be in the air for this to happen, right? Actually, technically, you really only want it in the fall. I think. Like if you jump, you want to keep jumping until you reach your peak and then wall slide. So it's actually just something you come into when you're falling. So that's something we can just scan here. The question is, this is something that I wanted to find out, is how accurate these days is on wall. So we've got character.is on wall. And I tend to use raycast, but I just wanted to like test. This annoying character. All the enemies are in my way, so I can't see because this is too big. Make it smaller. It says true. It seems pretty consistent. You know what I mean? I guess we'll see. I'll see if I can just use that instead of raycasting and then see how consistent it is and go from there. As long as it's getting into it like 100% of the time, like I'm good. Because we don't need to like continuously check it. We'll just put you in the wall slide slate if you hit the wall and go from there. Like I'm not going to make it so that like if you are no longer on the wall, you come off. Which, well, actually, because then yeah, like what about overhangs and stuff like that? Oh well, we'll give it a go and see if we don't like it, we can always change to a raycast later on. So we can say like if character dot is on wall, then finish dot emit wall slide, right? Pretty easy. And then in the wall slide state, we're gonna need all of this stuff, like pretty much everything. Well, we'll work on exactly what we need because we'll need a wall jump as well. But I can pretty much just yoink this entire code set and then just... Although last stream I was talking about how this never works for me. But that's okay, this is like less important. So we don't need double jump. And we'll comment all of this out for the state input right now because that'll need to change pretty drastically. Because it's going to be essentially just like finished dot if jump is pressed, then you want to go into like a wall jump, you know? But we don't have that yet, so okay. But otherwise, we do want to do gravity, And we're going to go data get full gravity. But we need a new kind of gravity, right? Because if you're on the wall, you generally fall slower. How much slower? I don't know. I think I'm just going to make it like really slow to begin with, and we'll go from there. Like it probably, you know, will you make it like less slow? I'll have to study what other games do and then go from there. I think it's just called data, right? Enemy data, player state machine data. So we've got gravity. Could jump gravity, could we just make it like half? We just make like an export here. Export var wall slide slow. Wall slide speed. Whoa. And I'm kind of tempted just to make this a modifier of gravity. So like say we're going to go like 0.25 and then we'll just multiply whatever gravity is by this. Just make it simple. You know what I mean? So we could just go like multiplied by data dot wall slide speed, which isn't going to show up yet because I didn't save. Although, and it could also just be in the state, I don't know, it didn't have to be in data, but we'll go with that. Update gravity, ground check, yes, we do, if we do hit the ground, we want to go back into idle state, right? Ground check if character is on floor, double jump equals true, and then finish.emit jump or idle, depending on if the jump is queued. That makes sense. Cool, that's easy. That's an easy one. Ground check and then move. That's the real question. Like, do we? Well, I don't think we really need to move. Right? We just need to check if like an input is the opposite to whatever we were pressing when we came into the state. If that makes sense. And assume. So like there is in the class of motion states, there is a direction and an input direction. These are two different things. One is what you're actually pressing right now, and the other is sort of like what you last pressed. So even if you're not pressing something, we know roughly, right? So I think it's mostly concerned with left and right. Yeah, if input direction is not equal to 0, I don't do it for Y because that doesn't work. Well, it's not that it doesn't work, it's just not desired. So basically, direction is the one that we want to check. Which is pretty easy. So we can take that direction on the enter state. And then if we input something that is different, then we exit. Pretty straightforward. But I think like right now we can test. But this guy is like on me. I wonder if I can get... I don't know if I can kill him. Get rid of these guys because they're annoying. I think that works. I would say so, yeah. I can't see because the text gets covered up. Yeah, wall slide. We're in the wall slide state. Dude, that's sick. Just that easy, although it doesn't feel that good because I feel like the slowdown is not enough. So I'm going to make this like 1%, 10% I should say. Dude, this enemy sucks. Yes. Okay. And then we've got to work on the fall off. Probably needs to go faster. Okay. You know what it is? If you're already going fast, we need to override the current velocity. Because if you go here and now it's slow, but like if you are in a fall state already, it's faster. So we need to probably reset the fall gravity to be 10% of whatever it is straight away. Is that going to mathematically make sense? I don't know. So when we enter, we're going into fall, but we should go into wall slide. And it should be depending on the, okay, so here we go, if direction dot x is equal to -1, then I actually don't know which is which, by the way. I'm just gonna guess. Then we want to transition request, we haven't even set up that yet, to like wall slide left. Oh, you know what? We don't even need to do that because we can just get out of here. Just call it wall slide, right? And then go, I didn't set up the animation tree. We have an animation tree. Like we have to add a state to this. So many things to do when you add more movement. Wall slide? These are all lowercase, I'm realizing. I don't know what's supposed to be used when you're doing state in the animation, actually. And these will just be like these blend space 1Ds. Really easy, actually. Blend space 1D. Wall slide blend. And then we connect that into this. And then we open the editor, and on the -1, we put wall slide left. And on the positive one, we put wall slide right. And they just feed off the input. And I'm pretty sure it's left on the negative. Let's have a look at the jump space. Jump left, yeah, jump on the negative. And then how it's set up, it's not particularly intuitive. I probably need to create a function to make it look a little bit nicer, but I've just got like all of these. So it's kind of hard to read with this small screen real estate. I just grab that, wall state blend. So we've got like all these parameters and you can name them. I have to do that as well. So blend position, when we're inputting, right? Damn, this looks like crap. Pull that out. That's better. So we can say animation player dot set, and this will be parameters slash wall blend, wall slide blend. I forget what I called it. Slash blend position. And then we put the direction, not the input direction. Direction not normalized. Direction.x. And I'm going to put that above all of the gun stuff. So it's like the movement. Yes. I think that will work. And then what we want to do is, yeah, we just go wall slide as the transition request. I actually think they need to be flipped, to be honest, but we'll see. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're the opposite because generally you're facing the other way. Oh no, okay, I got it right. Okay, animation looks okay. Easy. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to do, wasn't it, is just set the speed, like velocity.y equals velocity.y multiplied by wall speed, data.wall speed. Wall slide speed? That'll make it 10% of whatever it is. So now it's going to be really slow. We might need to increase that number. Yeah, it's really slow. Honestly, it's not that bad. Like, I don't know. Okay, let's do the wall jump then. That should be pretty straightforward, right? These pre-made, I guess I made them. I drew it. It's definitely not Mega Man. I keep saying that. It's a bad joke. I did model it after the famous blue dude. Where's the idol? Thank you. Wait, why can't I see this? Go back to animation? Oh, it's because it's got the weapon. Damn. This weapon layering stuff's super annoying. Left arm gun? Left arm gun doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure I need to delete it. Yeah, he's basically just like Mega Man, but different color and slightly different proportions. Mega Man has really wide leg stance, which I didn't like. But like, I'm kind of going for the same vibe. I'm going to try and make like a little platforming Metroidvania type thing. See how we go. I really want to focus on creation of enemies because I've never done that before. And, but yeah, we're sort of just like working on the movement state because I feel like a lot of what your enemies do depends on what the player can do in response. So, you know, sort of working on that as well. What kind of stuff it can do. Which is wall jump, because wall jump is so fun. I don't know, I like it. Okay, wall slide feels already pretty good. Honestly, I need to create a wall jump state. Wall jump, which is going to be based on whatever the input is. So we're reading input. Here's the thing. Oh, and that's the actually other thing I need to like do. Super annoying. Like, if you move off the wall, you just like slide down. You need to, if you're no longer on the wall, you need to go into the full state. But also, like, I don't want you to do that anyway. So, like, the ground check is fine. Move, I think, needs to be changed. So it's not move. And instead, what we do is if you press the opposite of the... wall jumps are surprisingly involved. Yeah. And you can do a lot with them because if you play a lot of platforming games, people do different things. So like I was playing a lot of Celeste when I first started making games, and well, when I first started working with Godot specifically, and being interested in making platforming type games, and I modeled my first wall jumps after that, which is like in Celeste you cannot climb a wall with a wall jump, whereas opposed to like say something like Hollow Knight where you can do that. So like there's a lot of different ways that you can change the player experience just depending on how you design it. So it's really important to make sure that you account for those kind of things. So doing get input. So basically we're going to say like this: if input, what's that variable called? Direction. If underscore direction is .x is not equal to direction .x, then finished emit full, right? So basically if you press off the wall, you'll just start falling instead. Dude, this guy... Interesting. That is not what I wanted. If... Alright, so... this is where it gets complicated. So I'm going to create a variable here called wall direction. And it's going to be a float. We don't really need it. It doesn't need to be a vector too. And basically what I'm going to do is say wall direction. When we enter wall direction.x will be set to the direction.x. So we'll store that. And then if that, if direction.x Wall direction dot x. Wall direction equals direction. Yeah, said I was going to make it a vector too. If wall direction is not equal to direction dot x, then we're going to get out of fall. That way we don't have to, like this polling, like we really, that should work better rather than like flicker around. Okay, so kill this dude. Interesting. So we're probably going to need to set up a we're going to need to set up a grace period, because obviously fall immediately goes back into wall slide because you because you're on the wall. The challenges begin. Yeah, so it just automatically chucks you straight back into the state. Which is fine, we can fix that. But how? Separate state? Timeout. I don't really like that. We could just start applying gravity. So you could... A state within a state? That's a bad idea. You probably just put a delay on the fall. I think. That's the easiest thing. If character is on fall, you just have like a fall delay, a wall slide delay. It doesn't have to be long. Just like 0.5 seconds, I reckon. Watching you use Godot is a good way to learn how to use it. Might want to transition off GameMaker at some point for 3D. Yeah, I mean you have to, right? GameMaker can't do 3D, can it? Float. That's 0.05. And that should be an export. GameMaker is... It can, but it's extremely janky. Okay. When I used it back in like 2005, it definitely couldn't. I'm pretty sure it was GameMaker. GameMaker's been around that long, right? 1999. Okay, yes. I'm not crazy. It did exist back then. It was probably completely different. Game Maker language. And I remember, like, I didn't like it because I had to code. Because back then I hated coding. I made Minecraft. And it's equally as janky as Java Minecraft. And that makes sense. That tracks. 100%. Okay, wall slide. Delay. No, I can't see because of my cursor, and I can't type because my keyboard is not full size. You'd think I'd get used to it, but after a year, I still haven't. It's gonna take time, I guess. Okay, and then at the end of all this, we say, when we enter the wall slide, remaining gets set to the wall slide delay. And then we go and we start counting down. So we'll do like a function. So wall slide check. Oh my god. And then it's literally just, it has to take delta. It's a float, and then we say wall slide remaining minus equals delta. And then if wall slide delay remaining is less than or equal to 0, then finish.emit wall slide. Hello? Oh, this is on the wrong side, right? It has to go around this way. Wait, what the fuck? Found that instead? Expected the end of a statement? If. Forget the keyword here. Come on, what the heck? Then we're going to call this function in the delta. In the process, Jesus, words. Wall slide. Check. And then pass on delta. Okay. What is it? 0.05 seconds. That should be enough. Theoretically. Hilarious. Okay. I might have forgot to check that we're on wall as well, didn't I? If what did I do? Just undo. If character is on wall, you have to actually do that too. It's kind of important. Kind of key to the how it all works. Save that. Super annoying. Okay, so now we're no longer spontaneously entering into a wall state. But does that actually help us? Yes. The answer is it does help us for getting out of the wall slide. Sent a gift membership? Oh, thank you so much. I don't think I have announcements on for YouTube connected up to the stream, but hey, that's so cool. I didn't even know you could do that. Damn. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. SNUPBIL. I will pronounce your game. South Dog, you received the membership. Hey, welcome. You can now take the course, the third-person shooter course. And that gets announced in the chat too. YouTube is so crazy. You know, I learned the other day that you can raid on YouTube. I didn't know you could do that. I guess we'll try today when the stream ends. But yeah, apparently you can. I don't know how it works. We're gonna find out together. Because YouTube streaming is kind of jank. Like, I do it through Restream, so like I don't really have to click many buttons. But yeah, we'll give it a go. Thank you so much, SNUBPIL. Can you raid on? Apparently, that's what people are saying. I was reading a Reddit post about like how you can, like, someone was saying like, oh, how I grew my streaming channel on YouTube to be like 100,000 followers or something like that. I was like, how is it even possible? Like, people watch YouTube streams. I have it because it's like my bigger platform, right? It makes sense, but like, it's not that good to work with. It doesn't do as much for community building as Twitch. Like, I'm not particularly like, I don't have a lot of followers on Twitch, but like, as far as I understand, like, you know, I can raid people, I can follow, we can chat afterwards, and it's sort of like when I raid someone, it's like you have this conversation, and it's nice. Never had that on YouTube. I talk with more creators from YouTube because like, but you actually have to reach out. Like, it's not like you can just raid them. Okay, wall jump now. Pretty easy stuff, I think. It's just like a jump, only off the wall, right? Definitely not going to cause any problems. And this will be, it can be just called that. Power-ups. No, we want scripts. Player state machine state, wall jump, open, and it's going to inherit in air. And I mean, I pretty much am going to just take the jump script. It's not any different at all. It is just a wall jump. The only thing that changes is the direction, and this will be challenging. So, velocity Y, get jump down. Okay, check gravity. Okay, so we don't need to worry about checking for gravity because we're not on the ground. So, basically, I find with 2D, and maybe this is just me, but like pretty much every game that I ever make in 2D, like if you're trying to do a jump, for some reason, like if you're checking if you're on floor to do gravity, like because you're already on the floor when you first start the jump, you need to delay gravity by 0.20 seconds. You know what I mean? So I don't think I need any of that stuff. Check gravity, false, gravity clear. All this annoying stuff here we can get rid of. Gravity delay, jump. That's fine, I think. Update gravity. We're just going to do that straight away. Move, yes. To fall, yes. Gravity delay and check gravity can be deleted, which means to fall as a function is really just emitting fall, which is fine. Okay. So right now, then this is just going to be like a kind of jump, right? And that's fine, except for the fact that you're not going to get off the wall, which is going to be kind of annoying. Right? It works, but it's not like, I don't think that's good design personally. It's not bad, but you are just like going up the wall. What I think is you should go away from the wall a little bit so that you can... So let's try and see if we can do that. I think we need to artificially flip direction. And maybe, just for a little bit, override direction. So this, in fact, we're going to have like another delay. Wonder if I can bring that back. Check gravity delay. This is going to be check input delay, right? And I guess we can do it this way. I don't know. Check input, input delay. This should be a export variable. Okay, how long for? How long is my jump? How long should the input delay should be? It should be data dot jump time. So there is a variable, jump height, jump distance. Oh, hang on, there's a variable called time to jump apex, right? So we can make it to the time to jump apex. So it's like once you reach your height, and then potentially just make it half that as the starting number, the input delay. But you can just override that, it's fine. I think. I don't actually know. I've never used like a default variable like that for an input delay, for an export variable. Anyway, I guess we'll find out. And then we'll have a variable called, which is how I like to do my timers for state machines, specifically input delay remaining. So you have one that sets the time and that never changes, and then there's another one that actually gets subtracted from remaining, because that just makes things neater. Float, and then on the enter, you set the input delay remaining to be equal to input delay. Okay, and then we will have a function here called check input delay. Don't like that name, but we'll go with it. And it'll take delta, and to avoid. And essentially we're going to go input delay remaining. It's the exact same as the wall check delay. except it's going to get more complicated. Minus equals delta. Right? And then if input delay. Why can't I type, man? This keyboard was really expensive, so I can't change. Input delay minus equals 0.1, and I forgot the if again. If input delay is minus equals 0, we're gonna say check input delay. What's it called? Check input equals true. And that reminds me, when we go to fault, we have to equals false, right? It's a false. Okay, so we don't want to continually be... I don't really like doing it like, hey, check input delay. Check input is continuously being set to true. So like I would prefer to go if input delay, excuse me, probably just wrap this and just say like, if check input is false, is equal to false, then do this. And then once it gets set to true, it stops getting called. Why can't I talk, man? Check input, and then pass on delta. Okay. Happy? So, now what we want to do is just go if check input, and then we actually want to do this, but also we need to have this variable accessible outside of this. So we're going to go var check input vector 2, and then rather than setting it, we just go direction equals get input. It will be null. Here's the problem. So we go if check input else direction underscore direction dot x equals direction dot x. Or actually, we can just make it equal direction. Oh shit. Direction equals direction, which means it's like the internally tracked one versus the one that we're getting from here. So that will work. I don't think so. Maybe I should rename that. Anyway, so that works, I think, and what that will do is essentially just move. I think actually, to be honest, we need a flip direction equals negative direction. If you have an upwards input, it will go down. So we don't necessarily want that. So we also want to just go like underscore direction equals the opposite. Underscore direction dot x equals negative direction dot x underscore direction dot x. So we flip it so that you go the opposite way that you would if you were pressing the other button. Yep, that works. Sweet as. Oh, well, that was easy. I guess that's why I'm a person on YouTube that teaches people how to use Godot. I don't know. Okay, so, but there is a problem because if you release the I don't know, actually, do we care about that? Also, could it be... Okay, so now there's another problem I'm noticing with this. If you're no longer on the wall, you need to stop, right? Like this. Yep. Also, like, yeah, the input is the move. Oh, because of the input. I don't necessarily have an issue with that. Not the silly ads. Goose Fat, welcome to the chat. Yes, the ads are back. I don't know how to get rid of them, to be honest, because I don't want to put a content filter up. Like, I don't want to say it's sensitive content I don't know if that's an issue. I'm not too sure, honestly. It's set to the minimum. They need to do like, someone needs to do a tutorial on how to like dodge ads. Not too sure. How we doing, Goose Fan? Haven't seen you in the chat for a bit. Pre-roll is on. Dude, I don't know. We're doing good. We're doing some 2D, which is a little bit different. And maybe this just needs to be 0.3. Oh, you know what the problem is? If you make it the entire jump apex, you actually fall from the jump. You can't climb the wall, right? Because you're interesting. Oh wait, I don't have double jump, so I can't double jump. So it's not half. Multiplied by like 0.7. Make it something like more generous than half. I don't want it to be too easy to scale a wall, but I don't want it to be too hard. I feel like that feels pretty good.
I still can't believe I made you nut last time, game.
Well, that was the entire name of the game, wasn't it? Maybe? Oh, dude. I'm going to need to do raycasts anyway, because like if you're half on the block, unless I create like a climb over. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. It feels pretty good. I like this. It was 0.7 was the magic number. Okay, let's turn our attention to this behavior. I still can't play. Okay, yes, in the game, in Minecraft. Delta has no static type. How dare Delta have no static type? Okay. So wall slide back here. Okay, so let's see what happens if we say oh yeah. I just realized that's pretty funny. Because we're not calling the move function, the character will just like automatically move in the last direction it had, which is why it's just going to the left. Because that X speed variable never gets updated once it enters into the state, which is pretty interesting. I think it's okay. But okay, so we want to go if not is on wall. Character dot is on wall. Then finished emit fall. See?
Confused because you're not streaming at the end of the month.
I've gone back to occasionally streaming. I don't know if I'm going to do it I used to do 3 days a week, right? We'll see. I just want to make something. I was like, it's one of those things that works pretty well, where like I wanted to, like, it's like I want to make more, but like I never have the time. And then because it's like, I don't know, it's just complicated. It's easier if it's just like, hey, it's a stream, and then if I want to turn that stream into content, I can. But as long as I'm always making something, we're good. Okay. How often can we double jump? pretty sure I can only double jump one time. I'm very angry because of the weather. Yeah, it's pretty bad at the moment. I was going to go camping this weekend, but then I cancelled it because tonight and tomorrow is just going to storm. So, like, not worth this the effort, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't stream because of it. Oh, I know what you mean. Oh, is that because your internet goes out? What kind of internet you got? You got satellite or something? I don't know if it'd affect me. Only stream on the weekends, yeah. Or is it like an audio thing? It can be tough. Okay. Wall slide, wall jump is done. Now, that is the other thing I wanted to address before I went too much into the enemies with the player movement, is that right now I've got a double jump and how it works is very elaborate. And I don't like it. I'm going to change it because it does not need to be that complicated, right? Like right now, I've got a function called add state, and you've got a collision here. Where's 2D? We've got a state. Where is it? A static body, is that it? What is this? Collectible. Collectible state. No, I just don't want it to randomly turn off. Oh yeah. I suppose that can happen. Electronics are very fragile when it comes to this kind of stuff. Yeah, so I've got this collectible state, and it's got a function. When it detects the player character, it will instantiate a state and add a movement state to that body. And this is just way too complicated. Have it set a variable to true. That's it. Like, it does not need to be this. Like, have a dictionary of all the states and whether or not they're unlocked. Literally it. I think. Changing that. Okay. So that's the other thing I wanted to change. So in, as a base state, let's go right back, not even to motion, but to as a base state. Since this is like, we're going for Metroidvania, we've got warning, we've got a signal, and I actually think we should have an export variable on all of our movement states. But at least I've been able to play PlayStation 3 Minecraft. Is that like OG? Did they update it still? Export. Little Big Planet? Oh yeah, I remember that. Export var unlocked. Fresh TV, welcome to the chat. How's it going? we've got the fancy emoticons. They have wooden mansion and still have the gold apple. Right, so it's not as often updated. And I think by default, I'll have that set to true or false. Should it be false by default? I suppose it doesn't really matter. It's that parrot movement. False. Actually, let's make it unlocked false. And then we'll tick all the ones we want it to be able to do. And imagine not being able to fall. Wall slide, wall jump. Okay. And also, we will add back our state. Power-ups. Make local. Okay. And this will be not unlocked. And what we'll do is when we build our state map, add state, we will connect everything, obviously, but then we'll also, actually, I guess this is going to be in the parent. When we create the map, state main equals state. Now this is a dictionary, and I know how dictionaries work, right? Just got up from bed, ready to watch the master. With the clown face. Hey, good morning. Okay. How do dictionaries work again? What the heck? It's a dictionary within a dictionary, right? So we need to oh man, if I do this, it's going to change everything. This is going to be painful. A painful refactor like we've never seen before. I think. Actually, maybe it will be fine. We're about to find out. State map, name, and you're going to have a state. Mind updating me on the objective. Okay, so we're adding wall. We're adding some movement. Oh, great. The objective is to get back to working. Could not resolve on ground. Why not? Identified data is not declared in the current scope because... What? Every time I try to make a single change... On ground. Data not declared in current scope. Oh, did I accidentally class name? It doesn't have the extends. Extends. Save reload project. Extends. No, this is extends motion. I don't know why that disappeared on me. Oh my god. Where'd that go? I must have accidentally deleted it. Okay, so we've got our annoying enemies, but we added wall slide. I wanted to add wall slide because it's fun, man. So I did that, and then I've also got these power-ups states. So like you can unlock double jump by walking over that Godot icon, right? Or you could, not anymore. This one here, not that it looks any different from these enemies that are above me. We're looking good, yeah. But originally the way that I set that up was a little bit too complicated. I have like a collectible and it calls a function on the character called add state, and it instantiates a node and adds that to the state machine, which is kind of, it's fine. Like it works, but also at the same time, like if you're creating a character with a movement set, you probably just add them all to the character and then have them set to either be unlocked or locked, right? Like it just needs to be a Boolean. You don't need all this stuff. So I need to change the way that we're checking our states, right? So like if we go to the state machine, the way that we do states, right? If state map has state name, then obviously we change states. So that's just a little bit of protection. Basically we check the state map for the name, and then we set the current state to be that. And essentially what we do if they're not active, these nodes all are calling set process. Like we're calling process and input on them. Current state.state input and current state.state update in the physics process. And essentially when one of them becomes active, we set the process values to true. So what we want to do is essentially just go like if state name, so basically we can create a variable here. We can go if state map state name. Oh my god. Control C. Dot unlocked. And it's probably, you know what, I might just go like next state. I'll create a variable because it's going to be easier to understand for our next state. Is a state. We don't actually have to refactor that much. And it's going to be equal to statemap.stateName. And then we can say if next state dot unlocked, then do this. Else nothing's going to happen. You won't change states. Okay? Makes sense. And so double jump is not checked as locked. Is not checked unlocked.
What did the hell the scientist? Why you giving a plant a machete?
Huh? What the hell? What did the hell scientist? Why you giving a plant a machete? Oh, is that what you think this like pixel thing is? I'll check general. Okay, you got something in the Discord for me? Oh, what is this, like a TikTok? Oh, is this like with the... Hang on a second. Okay, so I know what I know what this is. This is like they've got like, is it the mushrooms? I can't hear shit.
Scientists, I want to trust you, but then you gave a plant a machete.
Yeah.
What? You could have given it anything you wanted.
Oh, it's actual
you
plant.
could have given it a little pitcher of water, so it just feeds itself whenever it's
It's going to defend itself.
But instead, you started Vegan Fight Club. This is going to be the most embarrassing way for a human being to die. Oh,
Got stabbed by a robotic plant. Honestly, I mean, yeah, plants have a right to defend themselves. Isn't that what people say? Oh, where's the music? Okay. Free. I mean, I for one welcome our new plant overlords. Okay. So that worked. And now, I guarantee you none of the enemies will be able to do anything because this is locked by default. Oh, really? Twitch ads. I don't know. I have been tweaking the settings. So if it's too much, just let me know. Pre-roll is off for 10 minutes. I have to run ads in order to not have a pre-roll. And so, yeah. That's basically it. I don't want a pre-roll, so the ads will play. Don't know. Maybe it's better or worse. I can never figure out what's better. Why don't you do what we did last time, so no ads? Turn it to content. Put a content warning on it. That is the way to get rid of them. Arc Raiders. Super nice atmosphere. I've been meaning to download it. Okay, let's go to stream settings. Content classification. So if you put politics and sensitive issues, then apparently no ads play. And since I just said that plants have a right to defend themselves, that counts as politics. So we'll go with that. And then ads shouldn't play. We'll see. Getting Skylanders at the moment? What are some other fun games on the PS3, dude? I never bought a PS3. I was off consoles by then. That was like, for me, the last console generation, I guess I was in that console. Was the Wii a part of the PlayStation 3 generation? Yes, it was, right? So you had the Wii, the PS3, and the Xbox. Was it Xbox One? Dude, I don't even remember. But yeah, I had the Nintendo Wii. It was the last console that I ever owned. And after that, I'm old, guys. I was 19, I bought a PC. Because like everyone was saying like, if you want a game, well, I wanted to play World of Warcraft because all my friends were playing World of Warcraft, and I was like, I guess I gotta build a PC for that. And so that's what I did. 2D platformers. There's probably tons of stuff on the PlayStation 3, right? Is it like hacked? Killzone. Killzone came out on the PlayStation 3, didn't it? Hen. Okay. So we just need to change the function now. On when we add a movement state, we know what the state is. We don't need to do this anymore. So what we need to do is on the collectible, rather than having like a state scene, we could probably still have that. Soft mode, you can just drop LSOs on it. ISOs, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Actually sounds pretty sick. I have this, like, it'd be so cool to like have all the consoles. It'd just be expensive to get. Okay, it's a string now, and we don't need to instantiate it. And then we just pass that on. Why is it not updating? Invalid argument for add movement state. Body dot, oh yeah, okay, so we go to this, and this is a string. It's all changing now. Add state. Add child. Don't need that. Add state. No. We just want to go unlock state. Oh, and Demon Souls. Oh, the OG Demon Souls. Yeah, I bet you that's awesome. PS3, PS2, PSP, and PS1. That's actually sick. I've been wanting to buy like one of those like handhelds, like the Android handhelds, and like put all the emulated games on it. Cause like, yeah, this will be a state name, and it'll be a string. It's just like better to play old stuff, you know? New stuff, unless it's like indie, it just doesn't have the vibe. Although I will try Arc Raiders. Maybe tomorrow we can try Arc Raiders. I've been wanting to do like Gaming Sunday again. I was going to play Mega Man because I'm not making Mega Man, but I was going to play Mega Man, but we can do Arc Raiders instead. Unlock state. And then we want to go state main state underscore is a state is equal to that. And that needs a capital. And then we go state dot unlock equals true. Okay. And then we go back to the player. Add movement state, unlock state. I'm going to change this function. Do I just leave it that? No, I'll leave it like that for now. Whatever. Okay, so now we add the movement state. It's just a string. Just like there's issues potentially with that, right? But how many of these are going to be in the game if it was a Metroidvania? Maybe 5 maximum, right? Like it's not a big deal. What's it called? Double jump. It just needs to be the same name as the state, which means it needs to be the same as this for it to work. I think that's okay, honestly. It works. None of the enemies now can attack because, well, they're stuck. Okay, well, let's fix those guys up. That's pretty easy. We just need to go into their states and unlock them. I'm starting to regret making it false by default. I suppose it's only a problem if you make a change like that. Okay. It'd be attacking me again. Also, like, nothing is really that... Oh, you know what else it is? Like, I don't take damage, so I think I need to, like, institute some kind of damage. Because obviously you can't be fighting against enemies if you if you can't die. It's just not that fun. Me having Farming Simulator 15, Little Big Planet 3, Little Big Planet Minecraft Story Mode, and Terraria. I mean, those sound like pretty good games. I've never really been... I didn't really like Minecraft. I haven't played it in a long time. It's fun with other people, but like... Yeah, well, it was a different game when I found out about, like, in 2012 or whatever I played it. It's kind of like... I mean, yeah, bit too... I was a bit too old for it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for that. I had a Java edition. I bought it, and then when I, like a couple of years ago, I went looking to see if I could access it, and I wasn't able to figure out what account I used to buy it. And so now I'm like, I don't want to pay for it again. Okay. We need to be able to take damage. The multiplayer servers for Minecraft and multiplayer fill up within 10 seconds. I'm not kidding. Big game. It's really popular, right? Like, people play it still. Creative mode Minecraft is fun to practice 3D world building on. That's a really good point. I'm not very good at that. It's probably worth doing. I'm so bad at like 3D, like just level building in general. It's not really my strong suit. Okay, we've got a damage detection here, but I don't think we have health. Oh, we do have health, but we're not taking damage or we're not dying. I actually don't know. Like, I don't know what's happening to the player right now. They are getting hit. I know that much, but I don't know if they're dying. I'm getting the game, she said. Nice, dude. Goosefat plays Minecraft. Downloads Demon Souls. What do you... Goosefat, do you like Souls-like games? Like, how much do you hate yourself? Ape Escape 3 for the PS2? Dude, Ape Escape 1's so good. Okay, let me find out if the player's actually dying. 3 is even better. I only played number 1. I bet, did they add, because like the first one, it is really just like a platforming game with like a treasure hunt. I don't know, the only games I remember playing on the PS3 is Big Little Planet 2 and Minecraft, the only games I remember. Yeah, but like in the modern sense, Goosefat, like today, do you play Souls-like games? You know? How Souls-like is Demon Souls anyway? I've actually never played it. I've only played Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring. I still only play Minecraft, Roblox, and that's it. Well, you clearly aren't a masochist like the rest of us. Or maybe you'll like it, I don't know. Ape Escape 3 has costumes with special powers, like Knight that has a shield and an aura monkey capture. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, actually, I feel like I got stuck at the very late game. This is PlayStation 1 Ape Escape. I got to like the western zone, I can't remember. And I could never catch one of the apes, and so I wasn't able to move on. And it was kind of like, that was just the end of it for me. I don't even think that guy does damage. Alright, let's take some hits, see what happens. Okay, so I'm taking damage. We just need something to happen. We need a damage state that like disables our movement and abilities. And like an invulnerability state as well. I guess current health amount, check health. Okay, so I think the player can die. I'm actually not too sure. I don't think that attack does anything. Let's go collect some bullets. It should be four if I collect them all. One more. Yeah, okay, so we're counting down. Okay. So we can die. So we just need to have some interaction between the health container and the state machine. Right? Just make an invulnerability timer and check if that's greater than 0. Yeah, basically. We also need to stop as well. So we need. Oh yeah, that's a good point, because the invulnerability needs to go. Okay, so the invulnerability needs to happen on the health container or the damage detector, however, whichever one we decide to do. So how it interacts is that I don't know what this script does. It just says damage emit area, right? So we're just emitting that. Health container for sure, yeah. I agree. And so we just need to emit a signal from the health container when we do get hit to put us into a damage zone and then create the invulnerability. Right? Now this container, it is on both characters and enemies. Enemies, I don't think they need to have invulnerability. So we'll need to create an export to say whether or not they even should be able to take invulnerability. Can be invulnerable. How do you spell invulnerable? You could add a damage variable to the damage detector and have it multiply the damage detectors on enemies' soft spots and such. Yeah, easily. Easily you could have multiples of these and have multipliers and stuff like that. How do you spell invulnerable? Yeah, thanks guys. Copy and paste. You got my back. Can be invulnerable. And then var invulnerability time is a float. And I guess we'll make it equal to about 1 second. Is that a lot? 2 seconds? Depends on what's going on. 2 seconds seems like a lot. And then the variable that I like to have, invulnerability time. Invulnerable time remaining? Yes. I'm just trying to find fun games to take. I don't think it's I would never really concern myself about I already have a timer. What timer is that? Trust in the system. I suppose you could do a get tree. Yeah, a get tree might be better actually in this case. Just subtract the timer by delta. Well, I was going to do that, but then I'm thinking get tree, actually, because the one thing about, if I don't have a process function, you guys can't see that, then, process, delta timers are really good, but also, now I'm having second guesses. Because there are disadvantages and advantages between them. Because a delta timer, using the process function, subtracting it by delta, is the most accurate. They all do the same thing, but if you read the notes, they say that if you need to no to a certain level, like 0.05 or something like 0.005, then you should use process.
Bob is now a timer.
Bob is a timer. Be like Bob. Get tree is probably okay. I think for 2 seconds it's fine. Which is better? I feel like process, actually. Now that I'm trying to think through like the different kind of interactions. Process. Yeah, let's do process. Which means I want to bring back my invulnerability time remaining. And at the bottom of this, we'll say, fuck, we'll have to add a physics process is probably best here. And then let's just pass this. I think you need to drink water even though you need to drink the water even though I don't even drink water. I drink even water. I'm out of water. It's gone. There's none left. What's the different use cases for invulnerability time? Well, right now it's only if you take damage. I suppose there could be other uses. I don't know, it's a good question. It's just so that you have some leeway, right? Like, so you don't once you take a hit, did you stop drinking from the jar? I still have that. It's just not what I grabbed before I came in to stream. So, what we'll do, we'll create a function called, I have a snippet somewhere, but I never grab it. Invulnerability. I can't count. Countdown. So it's a cooldown
3,
from
2,
being
1,
down.
chicken
Yes,
nugget
that's
party.
chicken nugget party. I haven't had chicken nuggets in ages. Yes, it's just going to be a countdown for the damage. So like if you're playing, you take damage, then you get a 2-second window where you can't take any damage. And I think 2 seconds is too generous, but we'll see. I probably need to look up what other games use. Pass on the delta. This is really low on the screen. Let's bring this up. The music stopped. .5 seconds for vulnerability? Dude. I'm gonna go get Skylanders working. Nice. You don't play platform as much. I feel like that's because I was playing Silksong and it felt very generous. I was gonna type in Metroid, but let's just go like Silksong in invulnerable ability time after damage. There is I don't want AI overview. Combat. Does it say in the Hollow Knight wiki? Parrying. Deal more damage than the standard image. By taking damage, usually either masks are lost, needles deal 2 damage on hit. 50% damage boost to a needle. Projectile deflection. Parrying. Boss staggers. 75 damage. Man, they've got like so much information on this stuff. Get that going again. The length of window depends on the specific hit. Did you find that already? Damn, you're Googling fast. There's a very short, and it does not have a long grace period unlike the previous Hollow Knight. Some sources indicate there is no invulnerability only for a half second. It's definitely longer than that, but iframes. No hit mult anymore as Hollow Knight. Here we go. Someone on the forums is talking about it. How long window do you have after getting hit? Oh my god, this is all in Chinese. Query, Silksong, how long of a window do you have after getting hit? Dude, that's a way better Google query than mine. Why am I so bad at this? Not interested. The AI. No AI. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's pretty tricky. To me, it just means like if you're seeing that in the AI, it means that someone said that somewhere on a forum, on Reddit probably. Who knows? Let's just 2 seconds. It's super generous. We'll like leave it that for now and then just play around with it. Happy orders from creators. I don't know what that means. Anyway. So if can be invulnerable. Okay, so we need a variable here. We need an internal variable. It's called invulnerable. Equal to false. It's a boolean. Happy orders from autism creature? What? So if not invulnerable, then we're going to do the countdown. So invulnerable time remaining. Invulnerable time remaining minus equals delta. And then not that. And then if invulnerable time remaining is greater than, or less than, equal to 0, then if invulnerable, actually, we're only doing this if we're invulnerable, then invulnerable equals false. And invulnerable time remaining equals invulnerable time. So we reset everything. So now we can just call that. And then on damage taken, take damage. Let's just call it intake damage, right? So we can say if can be invulnerable, invulnerable equals true. And if, and then right after that, I guess you just go like if invulnerable, then return. And you shouldn't take damage then. You should only take damage when you're not invulnerable. And so that'll get set to true, which will mean this will automatically count down, and when it's done, it'll get set back to false. Now the tricky thing is testing it. You didn't give... What? Apparently invulnerability time is called iframes? Yes. That makes sense. I've heard that before. I'm not in the lingo. I just play the games, I don't talk about them online. How many iframes we got? Man, I really need to play Silksong. It's really good. Why so many lines, my brain? That's not even so many lines. Where'd it go? That's your standard Delta timer. Anyway, let's just print the amount. Theoretically, this will only be able to take one of these. Oh wait, did I make sure that I've checked that I can be invulnerable? What? What? Invalid access to property or key, double jump on base object type. Oh, okay. Am I writing too much verbose code? I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to stuff like that. What the heck? Double jump doesn't exist. Did I accidentally rename it? It's gone. Where did it go? Did I delete it? What the frick? Just showing you differently. No, you're right. Like it is like not that complicated. And I tend to overcomplicate things. Like I've got a lot of different variables here. I need to be able to see though. No, I think I'm just like invulnerable. You can delete like 8 lines. You ran away. That didn't work. Why did the gamer refuse to join the Boy Scouts? He hates camping. What's the joke? Why did the gamer... But he hates... Or is it just like... I don't get it. I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. I've cooked this somehow. Why am I so dumb? Camping a spawn is a PvP FPS. Oh, right. I'm assuming that's always true. And like, we're never actually counting down. I am ready to receive your bullets, sir. That's a lot of invulnerability, eh? Maybe that is too long. It's definitely working. Okay. No, they shouldn't. They actually should get destroyed. Wait, should the projectiles go through you while you were invulnerable? I suppose, like, yeah, we can work on that. I just need to confirm that it's even working. Let me aggro both of them so that I'm in bullet hell. I don't think I'm taking damage at all. Like, I don't think this function's getting called. Or it is, like, print invulnerability is, like, always true. It's never getting set to false, and I've stuffed up somewhere. Well, that bugged out, eh? True. Yeah, it's, like, always true. Yeah. Dude, that guy has lost it. So how come this is never being reached? Invulnerability equals false? If can be... Oh. Yeah, right. Take damage. Okay, so this is bound the wrong way. So basically what I was doing is always setting it to true as soon as you took damage. You know? Like, if you're invulnerable, return. If you can be invulnerable, invulnerability. So at this point, you're taking damage, right? You only get set to true once you're actually getting your health reduced. But before that, could you try a 2-liner at the beginning of the take damage function? So that is the better operation to be happening here also. And now, let's just do a print on check health. Print current health. Our health should go down when we take damage. Get rid of the tree man. Okay, so invulnerability isn't protecting us now. Oh, what is wrong with me today? If invulnerable is true, then you don't complete the function. Just return. And then it gets set to true, and then it starts counting down. And so you shouldn't take damage the next time. Right? I'm losing my mind. I'll just make it like really long, like 5 seconds. Please, I'm having a stroke. You're not communicating. Could you try a 2-liner at the beginning? You're having a stroke. I think it's working. Yeah, it's working. It's working. I only lost 1 health when I took three pellets. Bring more people to me. I want more pellets in my face. That sounds weird. Yeah, I can just scoop them up and I don't take damage. Okay.
What game do you play after eating Taco Bell? Fortnite.
Nice. Dude, is there even Taco Bell where you live? There's barely ones around here. Okay, fresh. And then set the time remaining after taking damage. Alright, what do you want me to do? Yeah, like I'll comment out my atrocious code. I'll let you drive. If invulnerable time remaining... This is what you want, right? You still have to subtract it, right? Is this it? Is this what you want me to do? No. In the take damage function. That won't work. The other ifs. That won't work because this gets set to have a value at the end here. So what you want me to do is okay, so what you want to say is invulnerability time remaining equals invulnerability time, right? This is so funny. I'll let you code base stuff. Okay, invulnerable time remaining equals invulnerable timer, right? And then here, we don't even worry about this variable.
Video games ruined my life.
We're just like
Good thing
subtracting.
I have 3 lives left.
Right? Is that what you want? Now subtracting the process. That's essentially what I'm doing here. It doesn't need to be a function, I suppose. Actually, you know what? Let's like leave my stuff in because we'll just like comment out that we won't call that function anymore. And it works. Yeah, of course it works, but now I'm counting down. My invulnerability timer is going to go to negative bazillions. Why won't you die? So what? I have a different kind of OCD. I don't know if this is working. Am I still doing printouts? I don't think it's working. Oh, I'm not doing a printout anymore. Okay. Let's test for real, for real? Yeah, no, that's a different kind of OCD where like, because I know that a number is just counting down to infinity, I'm like annoyed by it. Why does this guy have so much health? Does he have an invulnerability timer? Yep, it's working. With my very, very, very generous 5-second invulnerability timer. Should be able to jump on these guys. I don't have contact damage. Easier to see. I suppose. You're not wrong. Also, I'm sorry, I have to add a second line. I don't like single lines like that, so but we'll compromise on that, alright? There you go. Alright. I think you're more correct, to be honest, than this. Okay, so now we need to do contact damage, I suppose. Do we want contact damage? It's very common in Metroid games. I suppose. Let's do contact damage. How do we do contact damage in this game? So the way that damage works is that we have a damage area and it's on everything. Actually, no, where are the bullets? Bullets have, what is contact damage? If you touch the enemy, you get hurt. That is like a pretty much a staple. Yeah, it can be hella annoying, but it is just something that's in all of these games. Like, I played so many, like when I've been like I played all the Metroids, I played all the Mega Mans. Actually, I didn't play all the Mega Mans, I played a lot of Mega Man. And yeah, if you touch something, in some games, like, in like the original Mega Man, that's like the only way you ever took damage. The enemies didn't really shoot things at you, some of them did, but most of the time they just jumped at you, you know? And it's the same in Metroid, right? Like, half of the enemies are just things that come out of the wall and fly at you. I forget what they're called. At the start of the levels, mostly. And then, yeah, Hollow Knight, Silk Song. What else have I played that's like a Metroidvania? I'm sure there's more. I think in 3D, that's not as common. Like you don't, in Souls-like, which is essentially like a projectile. Yeah, it is the same logic. I just need to attach a, your TTS didn't work, Goosefat. What did the gamer say when asked about exercise? I press X to skip leg day. And then you press F for the legs. Yeah, it is the same logic. So, theoretically, I do have an object for that. So I'm going to try and figure out what it is. I'm going to bullet here. It has a damage area. So you just put a damage area on the... on the enemy, and it should work, like with the same mask for layer 4, which is the player one, which I haven't labeled yet, but like, in theory... Got damage areas, basic. Oh, so it is just a damage area. It's impossible to skip leg day, you just have to avoid it. Just do a couple of squats, you'll be alright. Cause skipping. I get it. Okay, so are we gonna run into... Oh, they do... Ground enemy has a damage area. Oh, I think that's animated. What about the flying enemy? It does have... Oh, it has a damage area that comes from the bullet. And the basic bullet is on layer 4. So what about the enemy bullet? Enemy bullet? Has a damage area. It's on layer 5. So theoretically, if I put a damage area on the enemy, that is layer 5. Because this one takes damage. Am I thinking that through correctly? So the enemy bullet has a layer 5. And if I get hit by that, my damage area gets detected. Have I built this already? I'm confused. What does that connect to? Damage taken. A hitbox and an enemy. I think I know why, because my laptop is doing 50 things at once and it didn't send the calls properly. Maybe it's my end. I'm just thinking carefully about this because I've got like an interaction system and I've forgotten. Test. I've forgotten how it works. We have a detection area, and when we get hit by a bullet, we take damage. So, it detects damage areas. But it could also detect enemies.
Detection detected a detected detection. Detection detected a detected detection.
You got
Detection detected a detected detection.
On timer, okay. Damage area. Have I just like given things the same name? Have I stuffed up? Damage detection. Okay, this is damage detection. Detection. I'm actually genuinely... I think I might have started doing this already. And never completed it.
The detector detected a detection in the detection area.
No, I think it's just a naming issue. Because this is a damage detection area. This is also a damage detection area. It's just called damage area instead. So I need to rename this. So this is, just so I don't get confused. Lovely spelling. This is what is detecting the enemy, like the player bullets. Damage detection. A detection area is detecting the player if you're close. It's way too many
It's raining
detections.
chicken nuggets.
This, I don't know if that's the right word for it because I'm getting confused. Is it damage detection area, damage area? We need a damage area. Oh, hey Tebow rated with 7 viewers. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to Hey Tebow. Welcome in. What have you been up to? I'm checking it out. Was doing some Twitch overlay customization. Nice. I've been working on mine. I've got a couple of different things. But it's not quite right.
Can you guys hear that helicopter?
Nope. Apparently not. Hey, how do I view your page? I'm trying to stalk you, hey Tebow. Dude, I'm so bad at Twitch. Open native user card. Pop out. Oh, dude. I'm all over the shop. Overlay customizations. Do you make customizations? I got it. I found the right button to click to open up your page. Oh, nice. It's like made in Godot and all. That's awesome, dude. I didn't even know you could do that. I'll have to check it out. Is it like something you can download right now, or is it something for yourself, or is it 3D platformer in Godot? Nice. It's for you. Is it for your Twitch? I see, like in the video, you've got like dudes walking around.
www.7777777777.
What is this? Like your phone number or something?
7777.dodo.bob.bog. I have crippling depression. Dodo dogo.
Me too.
99 breadbaloops.www.7777_.edu.
Anyway, so hello to the new viewers. What we are doing is we're just working on a 2D game at the moment, and we're sort of just getting the basics up and running. So we've got the character controller in a pretty playable state, and we've got these very placeholdery enemies, and this guy doesn't seem to want to die. So I've got a guy that is definitely not Mega Man, by the way, and we can jump, we can wall jump, and if we collect this, now we can double jump. And those guys will chase us, and we're sort of just setting up... Okay, this takes way too many bullets now. We're gonna have to work on that. We're just sort of setting up the interaction system. And so now I can finally take damage, and I'm invulnerable. However, I'm gonna set up contact damage. So if I run into the enemies, I'm going to take damage. And after that, I guess we're gonna need to have some pushback, because right now I can just wander through everything, and that doesn't feel right. So taking a little bit of inspiration from like early Metroid games, and obviously a little bit of Mega Man in there as well as sort of like trying to work in some modern stuff like out of Silksong and Hollow Knight and all that kind of stuff. So it should be good if we can eventually get it working. But it's very early days. Dozy Burrito, welcome to the chat. Right. So, contact damage. We were just realizing that debug state log beside the character. Yeah, just a couple of labels to help us remember what the hell's going on. Right. Contact damage. So theoretically, we were theorizing that we can use the interaction system that's already set up to create this. I just need to remember what everything's called. Have a good dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever it is. Hey Timo, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. But yeah, we had some naming conventions that were a little bit strange. So we've got damage detection area. This is when you get hit and it detects damage and passes that on to your health controller, which is right below it. We've got a detection area, which is actually the player detection area. So this is when the player walks into it, the enemy knows that it can start to attack, essentially. Before that, it does nothing. We don't have like an idle state where it wanders around yet. And now we just need to add a damage area. And this should just damage the enemy, in theory. Should I sleep? So I don't? What time is it? It's almost 10 p.m. I mean, do you have something to do tomorrow? For anyone confused about the time, I am living in Australia, and Goosefat, I'll dox your country, is also in Australia. Just casual Australians. If you couldn't tell by the way I speak. How dare you tell them I'm upside down? We're not upside down. We're the right way up. Like realistically, the map should just be flipped. Because like we're in space, so like you realistically don't know which side is up. Like theoretically, if someone approached the solar system from the bottom way up, like we'd be on top. Just saying. Add a collision shape to this. 2D. I've got so many collision shapes on this thing, I can't even see what I'm looking at. It's true, man. Have you ever played like Elite Dangerous and stuff like that? Like you can just like flip your ship upside down. And it's like everything is just flipped. I think I should make this smaller than the character, eh? So I'm of two minds when it comes to like a damage area on the enemy itself. Like I could also have the player detect that it's hit an enemy if I like typed my enemies or put them in a group or something like that. That's also like a way you could do it. But I feel like this is better. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for that. Collision, it should be layer 5, right? Let's put it on the ground enemy. And also let's rename its things, because this is the damage detection area. Is Elite Dangerous on the PS3? It's old enough, right? Maybe you could download that. And pay for it, of course. It's a live service game, so it's probably not. It's probably not something you can play on a modded PS3. Yeah, it's PlayStation 4. Just an idea. Damage detection area, and this is the player detection area. Naming conventions, and also make these go away because they're too annoying to look at. And then we've also got a collision shape, because yeah, we've got a collision shape. I don't know, like I'm of two minds. Do we detect the object or do we add a collider to it? You're doing Minecraft story mode. What is the story mode of Minecraft? Am I crazy? I haven't played Minecraft since it was just like kicking rocks, literally. digitally kicking rocks, and now there's a story mode. What happens? What happens to Steve? What is the story of Steve? Is it like based on the movie? That's a real question I have. Like, is it just like the movie? No, this is PS3 days. Okay, they had a story mode even back then. It would be hilarious if it was based on the movies. What is the story of Steve? What's the lady's name as well? I don't know anything about Minecraft. What's the lady called? Jan? Jane? I don't know. Okay. So, I don't know if this is going to do damage. In theory, that's all you need to do. Oh, it deletes itself. Okay. Well, I need to reapproach that. It's going to, like, delete the enemy on contact. That's actually OP. Wait, can we test that? That's hilarious. Yeah, it works. It works. I can tell you that much. Pretty funny. So, damage successful. What should we do? We should emit a signal rather than just deciding to kill, right? So rather than just queuing free the owner of the area, because this was originally set up for bullets, we should instead have a function. We can just make a signal. We'll have to make a new one. Signal damage successful. And it doesn't have a type. It doesn't like that because they have the same name. Put a little underscore there. .emit. Alright, so instead we just like emit the signal. And then we can just do that and connect it to whatever. In this case, it's actually not going to be connected. And for the bullets, we will connect it to the script at the front, which also just has a timer on it. We can queue it free, no problems. Easy. Oh, I set that up already? What? Oh, it's the same script. Okay, okay, now everything should work, no problems. And these guys just take so much damage. I don't know, I need to like set up a UI so I know if I'm actually taking damage, because I can't tell at the moment. Which is a little bit annoying. Also, the ground enemy is, for some reason, thinks it's invulnerable. Can be invulnerable? Oh! NA Games. You made me edit my code, and now everybody's invulnerable. I blame you. And... and can be invulnerable. Okay. That should work. Simple change. They should just die in 3 hits. Yep, okay, that works. Almost closed the wrong thing. Alright. Alright, okay, so let's just confirm, and then I suppose we need to set up like a knockback kind of state for the player. And then we've got pretty much how the damage is going to work for enemies and such. Like, it doesn't really need to change after that. I don't think so. It depends how complicated it gets, I guess. Huh. State label, speed label, health container. I know it's working, right? Like I'm so insecure. Why is it like this? Print amount. Taking damage from him. I'm just waiting for the 10 to come up. Yeah, it works anyway. Okay. Knockback. It's a movement state. This is actually going to be pretty complicated because we're going to need to know like the direction the damage is coming from. I think. I don't actually... Is it going to be like that? I guess we'll find out. Have I ever thought about coding a Sonic engine? Reddit Planet. Sorry, I missed that. No. It could be fun to try though. I've never tried. You know what? I've never been much of a Sonic fan, to be honest, because like everything moves so quickly. Like if I think about, you know, when I played Sonic, I'd never really played the 3D ones, but like when I played the 2D ones, I was always comparing them to Mario, right? And at least in my experience, like I could never figure out what the hell was going on. Like how could I react to anything on screen? You're moving so quickly. But maybe that was just me. I never really owned a Sega, so I only played it when I went to like friends or family houses. And maybe I need to give it another go. I've given a lot of classics like a run over the years. Like I didn't, you know, like when I was first since this guy is like inspired by Mega Man, I've been talking about it a lot, but like I played the games on the Game Boy Advance. And it wasn't until like this year that I went and back and played the originals. So like, you know, you gotta like test out the inspiration and give that stuff a go. And it can be hard, but if you're patient, it can be good. Very rewarding sometimes. They don't make them like they used to, that's for sure. Okay, knockback. How do we do this? This is the enemy. Let's delete some stuff up here. We'll close it so that we can focus. The knockback for the states is going to be challenging. Because I would assume that I want the character to like move in a direction away from whatever it took damage from. Well, at least in contact damage, I don't know. I have to go observe some other games. Let's just make it stationary for now. Have a state. Do we call it knockback or do we call it damage? The damage state. Or do we call it knock? Let's just call it damage. It'll be fine. We can rename it if we don't like it. Nothing is permanent. Also, I did that wrong. Delete. Don't even know my own methods. Add a node. Damage. Add the script. Player state. Player power-ups. It's not a power-up. Ah, goodness. Okay, so this is gonna extend motion, although we're not gonna be doing much. It's not gonna. Is it gonna have a class name? A suppose technically there could be two different types. One for if you're in the air, one if you're on the ground. So we need to know, like, we have to go back to the previous state. Or like, you need to go back to the idle state. I suppose if you go back to idle, it'll pretty much get you into the right state, depending on what you're doing next. Fair enough. That could work. I think that's okay. So what do we do? Nothing really. It just has a certain amount of time, right? Like, however long you're invulnerable for. They need to be the same, I suppose. Actually, no, that's not true. They can be completely different. That's totally fine. Let's just make it like half a second. Yeah, unlock this. I'm gonna start, that's for sure. Beans, beans, beans. Chicken nuggets, beans. I think you meant to make that a TTS, Goosebat. For me, Sonic is perfect since I love to speedrun through games. If you play Sonic games enough, you can also kind of feel when the level is about to throw you something at you. I suppose that's part of it, right? It's like, it's about learning the level so that you can react faster to it. Kind of like, just like anything when you're trying to speedrun, you need to know like every detail down to the last little piece of grass, I guess. And maybe that's why it was like kind of hard for me to get into, because I was like, man, I don't even know where I'm going half the time. You're just like, I want to look for the loop and I want to run on the loop. And I guess there is an animation we can set up. But for now, I'll just put pass. And then in the state input, state update, it's literally just going to be like damage time minus equals delta. And then actually, okay, we're going to do like a double variable damage time remaining. And in the remanging in the beginning damage time as a float. Is that how that goes? What's that mean? Remaining damage time equals damage time. And then that counts down to delta. And we say if damage time remaining is less than or equal to 0, then finish.emit idle. Kind of lazy. It's probably not going to look very good. I'm going to put googly eyes in some way, but I don't know where. You used to say that you had like a bunch of googly eyes and you put them at school, but you were getting in trouble. Is that something you were doing? I don't remember. Damage time remaining, finished emit.idle. I just remember like one of these kooky stories that you used to tell. That's wrong. I'm not really in trouble, but I still do have googly eyes everywhere. Okay. Okay, so how do we get into this state? So if we are damaged, right, we emit a signal. So here, right after we decided that we are invulnerable, or right after we take health, we need to emit a signal. What have we got? Health 0. Signal. Damage applied. Because it's only when you apply the damage. On damage taken, I guess. Isn't there a function already called damage taken? No, it's take damage. Okay, but that makes sense because then the signal will look good. Okay, so what will happen is right here, when we take away the damage from the health, we will go damage taken dot emit, right? And then we will connect that to our state machine at the parent level here. And in this script here, this looks like crap. So I'll pop this out. Okay. So, on health container damage taken, we will just override the state. So what we can do is go like current state dot finished dot emit dot damage taken. Is it just called damage, eh? I just called it damage, yeah.
Me the very sleepy goodbye, have fun.
Alright, have a good night, dude. Okay. Theoretically now. Nothing changes because we're in damage for like a second, but I don't think it like affects our ability to move, right? Oh, you know what it does? So actually, we need to call move, right? Which requires a speed, which is going to be vector 2. Actually, is there a function called stop? I don't have anything like that. No, we go move. How do we do this? Actually, we still call move. Actually, if hold, move 0, yeah. I think that's the right way. You just instantly stop. Identify a direction? That's okay. We're just gonna like whatever direction we're facing, that's fine. Yeah, it stops you. This guy runs as fast as I do. Okay, so, and then it's just the animation that we need to deal with and probably like some flashing lights. So now if I run into somebody... That's actually pretty funny. Wait, I'm not taking damage. Oh, shit. Yeah, see, I jumped and then... That's actually pretty funny. Like, it keeps you going on the vertical. If I can get into contact with this guy. Probably do the velocity y equals 0 as well. Because I think move only affects the x direction, right? Yeah, it does, because this is a 2D game. Makes sense. So we also need to set velocity dot... Oh, can we just set velocity equals 0? Equals vector 2 dot 0? And then, rather than call this, just go velocity 2... I think it's like velocity change dot emit. Just emit it once. Oh, I have to actually emit the velocity. And it works as well. Damage taken, and now this guy's like, oh my ass. I really don't like that design, but that's... Let's see if I can replicate that from before. Okay, perfect spot. Okay, that kind of works. Kinda. It needs a lot of polishing. So that's better than that, that's for sure. And we need an animation, and I do actually have one. Despite me starting this stream in animation trenches and absolutely not loving it. So we need to create an animation. Right? Damage left. It's not a very good animation, but we do have one. Where's my sprite sheet? Oh, I turned it off. I hate working with sprites so much that I have a separate Godot open with the sprite sheet in case I need to look at it. I think it's got to be 34, right? This is gonna look Anyway. And I'm actually going to delete that. I'm going to copy another one so I don't have to like... Let's just do like, Fall only has 2 frames, right? Duplicate. Damage left. And it's only a pose. I think there is actually 2, but like one's for death. So, this one needs to be 34, right? Look at him, it like goes sideways. Surfing. Where do the arms go? I think 86. This is the right arm? I want the left arm. Nope. 82 maybe? That looks better. Right, the other arm. 130. And then the head is... like sideways, right? 218, it's like cracked. Like this. It's actually the dead animation. This is what happens when you die. But we'll just use it for taking damage right now. So you'll do that. That makes sense. That looks fine, right? Might have to work on something else. Damage right. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. Actually, 3, 4. 1, 2. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. Okay, so now we've got the animations. We have to go to the animation tree, add a state. Oh my god, so tedious. Add a blend. A blend space. I'll call it damage band. Damage blend? I can't read. I went to the optometrist the other day, a couple of months ago, and they said that I was becoming long-sighted. So I'm actually short-sighted. I need glasses to see things far away. But they were like, yeah, you're going to need bifocals at some point. It really like hit home how old I am. I'm going to be like that dude with the split bifocals. One's for reading and one's for like seeing things far away. Damage blend. And then open the editor. And we'll do, where is it? Damage left. Damage right. Easy peasy. And we'll save that and we'll just add that to our big list of animations that we need to blend when we animate. Get some cyberpunk eyes? Yeah, I probably need to get LASIK or something. Ugh. I don't want to. It sounds horrible. The lady, I was speaking to someone at work and they were like, it's the best thing I ever did. But now they need glasses again anyway. And so like, I think maybe I've left it too late. I don't know. Because like, I'm old. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or maybe I left it at the amount of time, at the exact right time. I think you need to wait until your like eyesight's fully deteriorated, then do it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I should look it up. Because like people complained to me, it's the needle laser with your eye wide open that scares me. Yeah, I can't even, when I was like in high school, and I had to do like school like plays, like, you know, I don't know where you guys are from, but like we have like musicals that this like you could audition and do, and I did those, and I like had such a hard time when they needed to do my eye makeup. I could not handle even having the mascara thingo like over my eyes. I don't know how women do it personally, because I find it incredibly irritating to have something that close to my eye. So the idea of having a needle in my eye, no thanks. I'll just be blind. I've been dealing with it for 15 years. I'll keep dealing with it, and it might get worse. But hey, at least I don't have needles in my eye. What the hell am I doing? We are checking. Oh yeah, we're doing the blend space for this. This is really hard to read. Another one of these. Damage blend. Direction X. Easy. Okay. So now he should like do a little pose and we'll be good to go. In theory. Oh, I'm not transitioning to it. Close that. I copy code because I'm lazy. Enter into damage, and we want to go to damage. And then we want to connect this into that. Theoretically, everything's gonna work. Yep. Except I think it was like around the wrong way. Yep. It looks so it looks so funny though. Wait, let me fix it. Let me fix it. Damage left is on the wrong side. Did I just set them up wrong? I guess. Whatever. Okay, it doesn't look good when I get hit by that because you can't see me. Take a hit. They just... Oh, I ate those ones. I was still invulnerable. Get them both. I love it. What happens if it looks like... What happens if you're in the air? Blip. Oh, wait, okay. So if you have the weapon out, it's kind of weird. So, and also you can still shoot while you're damaged. So like when you take damage, you have like your weapon doesn't stop, which I don't think that's right. So, we'll need to set up a signal for that. But other than that, I'm like quite happy with the effect. So, we can emit that from the damage state into the weapon manager and essentially just set the firing. Oh, we've got errors. Error calling area entered to callable damage detection. Okay, so we got some work to do. We've got some things happening. But let's see if we can just finish up this effect. Okay. So we need to turn fire ready off. We're going to classic countdown timer. We probably need another one, to be honest. So we can emit the same signal from the health container, right? Damage taken. Now the issue will be that there's going to be a separate time from the, you know, like this is 0.5 for the damage time. Like that's how long you stop moving for. And it should be the same for the weapon manager, right? The thing is, it's almost like you should signal from the health container to the damage and then from damage to the weapon manager. I think it's better. Like even if that is a little bit convoluted, at least then the thing that's stopping you from moving is the thing that's stopping you from shooting. I think that makes more sense. Even if it is like a little bit of like a, you know, passing of everything on. So we can add a signal to this. In damage, on damage entered. Sorry, not on damage, damage entered. And then just emit that when we enter. Damage to enter the emit. And I guess we could, do we do a signal for the exit as well? Damage ended. And then when we emit, when we finish emit item, we just go like, here, damage ended, emit. Actually, there's also a function, just for like added safety. There's a function called exit that we can use, so it's not getting called in the process function. That gets called when you leave a state. So we can call that there. And so this can signal damage ended and damage started to the weapon manager. And then we can create a function called like fire override, fire like shoot ability override. Let's just call it ability override. Damage. I don't know what to call this variable. Fire disabled. All. It's equal to false. And then where you've got your input here, you can just probably in the shoot function, if fire ready, shoot. Where does fire ready get falsed? Okay, there. So we can go if fire disabled. Then return. Like, or you could just go like if not fire. Nah, we'll go if fire disabled, return. It's easier, clearer. And then we have damage entered and exited, and so we can say fire disabled, right? Equals true. Fire disabled equals false. Okay, let's see if that works. I'm not even taking damage from this guy. That's weird. Okay, I'm not taking damage at all. What did I do? Dude, what the fuck? I'm not emitting the signal anymore. Did I change the name of the signal? What the hell? On health container. Oh, it's the health container, number 1. And we are emitting those signals. One to the weapon manager. And one to the player state machine. That shouldn't happen. Let's just remove that one. The weapon manager doesn't have anything to receive anyway. And after that, I'm really not sure. Damage detected, damage... What the hell? Damage taken. When we take damage, we emit that? Wait, why did it stop working all of a sudden? Huh? Wait, hang on. Damage detected, damage taken, don't connect. Okay, that's bad, but like, that's a different signal. That's confusing as hell, but... Okay, like, what the hell did I change in that process to make it so you don't take damage anymore? At all, like the bullets aren't even passing through me. Did I take... I must have changed the layer that things are on. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. 5? That's still detecting. Did I disconnect the signal here? Oh, I did. No, wait, it gets connected via code. What the frick? What the frick? Connect on damage area, damage taken? Dude, I hate it when this stuff happens. This only happens on stream. Because I'm not paying attention, I guess. I don't know. I'm not taking damage from you. I'm not, it's not, I mean, it's obviously not detecting it. I could have told you that because they're not passing, they're passing through, which is like the clear indicator. Huh. Just start putting printouts everywhere until I find it. Print area. It's not even detecting. And then you can see when I damage. What the frick? Nothing is detected. Not even when I... What? Monitoring monitorable... Okay, I'm like... Straight up, like out. Like, what the frick happened? We're not even detecting a damage area on our player. This isn't even the first time it's happened. Like, what did I press? Did I accidentally do like a key? Did I move it? Right there. Oh my god. Basic bullet, enemy bullet. He's on layer 5. Dude, I don't know what happens. I don't know how this happens. This happened last time too. I feel like I'm going crazy. I mean, if it's not detecting, it's not... Oh, is it not connected to itself? Area entered. There we go. Just assume that it's connected. Why wouldn't... Did I must have accidentally disconnected it. There we go. We're back in action. Okay, so we were testing the ability to shoot while taking damage. And you can no longer shoot while you take damage. So that worked after like a minor detour. Okay, so the only other thing we have to do is like make the weapon disappear when they take damage. Like, I don't even remember how I do that. Input direction. Fire direction. Okay, so when you shoot... what do we do? Shoot. Shooting started emit. Basic bullet. Top level, global position, fire. Direction, fire ready. Okay, so we're emitting a signal when we shoot. This is our know your code base. And we emit it to the sprite script. Okay. So we need to create a function to do this because we need to do that not just on a timer. Is there a timer? If weapon visible, right. Func, hide weapon. Void. And it's literally just this. Easy. Okay, and so we've got a signal already for that, right? Oh, we don't. Signal, fire to shooting stopped. Okay. On fire disabled true. Shooting stopped dot emit. And then go to the sprites. And we can call hide weapon. Alright. Should be shooting. It works. Okay, now we just need to like die. What happens if I don't have the weapon out? It's fine. Easy. Okay. The invulnerability time is kind of crazy right now. Let's just make it 2 seconds. I don't know. Printouts going all over the shop because I was driving stuff crazy. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. I think we could probably pause it there. And next time on Monday, we can look at... I mean, we can continue making the rest of the interactions between the enemies and the player, because now we can properly take hits and... Oh, we haven't died yet. So like, yeah, we'll settle like a game over state or like a reset state, and then we'll be back to it. We'll just make that simple. We'll just make it like fade to black or whatever. Easy done. Let's do a raid. Let's do a raid. Who is deserving? Godot. Actually just games? Nomus streams? I don't know anyone in this. It's short. Gotta make sure they're actually speaking English. I don't want to send you guys to a Spanish speaker like last time. Godot game dev. 8 viewers. Uptime 22 seconds. That's pretty sick. 23 minutes.
Keys. So this should be an array.
Hey, I lost it. Oh my goodness. I'm so bad at Twitch. It's actually hilarious. Okay, so we'll go for that guy. And I'm gonna see if I can do it on YouTube because apparently that's the thing. I don't know how. So hang out with me, YouTube guys. I'll see you guys off to that.
Anyway,
Let me just do this interaction. I don't know. Actually, is there many people watching on YouTube? Oh, we only got 3. I don't even know how you would. Actually, we've got create a highlight video, add a stream marker, and then enable monetization. Those are the buttons I have. So if you can raid somebody, I wouldn't know how. Like Godot live. Like who's live right now? It'd send you over to Pirate Software. Mr. Boy? How do I do this though? I actually don't. I don't think this is possible. I'm gonna need to Google it. How to raid YouTube. Live redirect. What a name. This feature is available to creators sending a redirect and have more than 1,000 subscribers. Okay. I hate how they do that. Okay, this guy only has 51 subscribers. I can't do it for him. That's bullshit, actually. That's actually... Why is it like that? That actually makes me mad. Like, what the fuck? Alright, I guess we're not going to do it because I don't know anyone. Like, how do you even find people who are live? Like, why have a feature like that and then not allow it to like lift up smaller creators? It's actually crazy. It's just me. Craft Picks Jam, Godot and Chill. And it has 900 subscribers. This person has 50. I'm losing my mind over here. No, I don't know. I guess that's just it. Alright, sorry about that, guys. But